Firewood, 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 firewood. We're heading on a firewood adventure, an urban firewood adventure. We're heading to the city. There was high winds last night. I got a call from the arborist. He said, yeah, there's trees all down all over the city, so when opportunity knocks, I'm gonna answer. Did you know that firewood is mostly free? It's the labor involved with processing firewood that really costs the money. So usually if you're resourceful enough, firewood you can come across for free. If you've got the time and you've got the muscles or you got the tools, you can heat your house for free. Is that exciting? That's exciting to me. I'm at my buddy Dwayne's house. He heats his house with firewood in the winter as well. And I include him in all my adventures if he's home. So I'd be like, Dwayne, come on, let's go do something and let's go get firewood. He usually involves firewood. He's got all the big toys. He's got you know, the skid steers and the tractors and the dump trailers. So he's a good guy to know. He's also been my friend for many years. Dwayne also lives in the city, so he's kind of more urban than I am, but he's got it figured out. This is his solution to drying firewood. This is ideal. So you cut it, you split it, you stack it, you let it sit out in the sun. He'll take his skid steer here, and he picks those guys up and he brings them right to the back door of his house. So this stuff is going to provide heat for him for, I would say, you know, most of the winter, if not all of the winter. Today we're gonna grab some more because you can never have enough firewood. If you don't have the space for crates, this is another way to dry firewood really well. So like basically shed, a loosely built one. You want some airflow. If it's in the sunshine, it's even better. Air flows through it, dries it out. It's always good to have firewood caches everywhere. Firewood. Let me formally introduce. Say, hey, Dwayne.
Hey.
So this is Dwayne. He's my good buddy. I talked about him a little bit over there. We actually snuck around his property and showed him some wood. So this is Dwayne. Dwayne, what do you think of firewood?
Ooh, I like free heat. I really do.
Dwayne doesn't even have to do the legwork. He just gets a phone call and he's like, all right, let's go get some wood. So like, yeah, so Dwayne's got the heavy machinery. He's got the know-how. He's got the whole system set up. Like, we're gonna meet up with the arborists and they're already cutting. So we're not cutting today. We're just basically picking up the wood.
A little bit older, but it's actually very handy. It'll lift about 2,500 pounds. So when we get some of those really big trees, we'll take this down and load them into the dump trailer. But it is a very handy toy.
So again, the idea is to only touch your wood once, and if you could use heavy machinery to lift your wood, even better.
Even better.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's Dwayne. Dwayne's here before me for firewood. Uh-oh. What do we got here, Dwayne?
Another mess to clean up.
We're going to get some firewood.
Another adventure.
That's right.
I believe it's them just up there in the corner there.
It's like chasing tornadoes.
Exactly. Except for a day late.
We're in the middle of the road. So what do you think of firewood?
Ooh, I love firewood.
You love firewood? Is it exciting? It's exciting. We're doing an urban firewood collection today. So you guys do this every day.
I love wood.
Love wood.
Firewood.
Love firewood. All right. All right, we're gonna load this stuff up and then we're on to the next one. I hear there's one in a house or on top of a house, and it'll keep my house warm, but it kind of sucks for them.
All the high stuff to go low. Crazy.
So a big part of urban firewood is the cleanup. People want their yards to look clean, so they use the wood chipper. The wood chipper is a very important tool in the arborist toolbox. It allows them to efficiently get rid of the brush. The brush has very little value, so what they do is they chip it up, and then they end up either donating it to people that want it because there's really no value to it. They put it around trees, shrubs, around gardens, keep the weed control down. If they had a big enough wood chipper, I'd imagine they'd send the whole tree in the wood chipper. But since they can't, they have to put the logs somewhere, and that's where I come in. A lot of the times, these arborists actually drop wood off at my house for free because they have no place to put it. Kind of a win-win. I heat my house, they get rid of the logs they can't chip. What am I carrying stuff for? That thing. Jesus. Why? Yeah. Look, he's got one. He's hugging it. He loves firewood too. I hope. Off to work we go. Hey Dwayne, you got that log, buddy?
Oh yeah.
Where's your machine? Where's your machine, Dwayne?
What's that?
You got your machine? Where's your machine?
Yeah. Where's the machine? You'll be laughing tomorrow if I'm not digging.
Yeah. Look at this wood coming everywhere. So that's a fair size load of firewood there. That's probably about a face cord and a half, 2 face cords. So on the retail market, that's about $100. So, and it'll probably keep your house warm for quite a long time. I don't know, like depends on how much you burn. But that's, yeah, some people go through a couple face cord a year. So that, that could last a month, or could last a week. Depends on what you burn. Anyways, it's Norway maple. It's nice hard stuff. So what should you look for on in your backyard trees to prevent this from happening in the first place? So, you know, preventative
Included
maintenance
bark,
of trees.
cavities.
What does that mean, included bark?
Ask Sam.
Yeah, it's usually where, like, you'll see 2 branches growing really close together, like almost like that. Like there's no, you don't have like a good union, like a perfect, like almost like a U shape or a V. It's just really tight together.
So you should take care of your crotch, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
You gotta take care of your crotch. That's the first rule of tree care.
You don't want your crotches too tight. Too tight, they could break.
No tight crotches. You want nice U-shaped.
Smooth crotches.
Smooth crotches are the best crotches. Yes. Yes, okay. And then I guess obviously, like, if your tree's cracked, you should probably deal with it immediately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
Look for hangers, any signs of rot, decay.
Hangers are no good.
Sometimes it's hard to see inside of it, so you can't always know, but
Err on the side of caution, I'm assuming. Like,
oh,
yeah.
for sure.
If you're in doubt, turn it into firewood. Yeah. Okay. So we've got. I heard over the wire that there's another tree that we might be able to get to that is on a couple of houses, and when firewood gets that close to home, it deserves to be burned. So let's go see if we can find that one. There's literally firewood everywhere. It's literally falling out of the sky. All you got to do is be resourceful enough to pick it up. Here's a prime example. This is just sitting here. Everybody's around here, nobody picks it up. So, you know what? Firewood! Urban firewood, play structures. It's great. They should just leave this here for kids. I think it would be a good idea to leave this here for kids. They probably got to take this whole tree down now. Look at, we've got the local news here. Local news here is coming to cover it too. What's local news anymore? Anyways, CTV's here.
Beautiful, Tom.
So to touch on a little bit about acquiring firewood, it's relatively easy. You could actually call up your local arborist, look at the phone book, and they're always looking for places to dispose of wood. 9 times out of 10, if you see somebody cut wood in your neighborhood and you go up and talk to them, 9 times out of 10 they'll be like, you know what, take it away. We have no use for this stuff. They're literally buried up their eyeballs in wood, and if they don't have to handle it and they can just say, all right, come grab it, they'll give it to you. They'll give it to you for free. Fresh cut, it has no ability to be burned. It's the time and effort it takes to actually cut, split, stack the wood. That's where the money is. So if it's in tree form, chances are the arborist wants to get rid of it anyway. So you just ask them politely. Chances are they'll give it to you. All right, so I'm here with the homeowners, and they got the tree. They had an unfortunate incident with the tree. You can see it came down on a shed. Yep. So do you need this wood? Are you gonna use this wood for anything?
No, you can have it.
All right, so there you go. So that's just as easy as that to get urban firewood. You know what? You just go ask, and they're like, let's get rid of it. I've been hanging around with them most of the day. We're gonna clean their yard up for them, basically. So that was pretty successful. We got ourselves about a face cord of firewood in the truck. Now all we gotta do is get her home, get her split up, get her stacked. She'll be ready for winter in no time. Ideal moisture content on firewood is about 20%. Kiln dried wood is anywhere between like 2% and like 5%, like furniture grade wood. Ideally, you want your firewood to be under 20% moisture. When it comes right off the tree, it's probably close to like 50% or even 80% moisture. That's why it's so inefficient to burn wet wood or even like non-seasoned wood. Fresh wood, it's really hard to burn. It's very inefficient. It uses a lot of energy just to boil off the water. So ideally you want to air dry your wood or even have it kiln dried. If you wanted to start up a firewood business selling armloads of wood, you ever gone to the gas station and see those, you know, it's basically 1 cubic foot of wood and they're selling it for like $8. You could probably sell like an armload full for probably 20. You know what? You just, even if you're like right in the city, people have the backyard fires all the time. Start selling it. Have a little sign up. Or be that guy. Be that guy that has the wood that people go to when they need wood.
That's a good marshmallow.
I might have found the perfect way to cook a marshmallow by steaming it with the wet wood. That worked pretty well, nice golden brown. So yeah, you want to let your firewood dry for at least a year. So split it, stack it, let it dry. We're going to be visiting that on later videos on how to dry wood efficiently, effectively, fast. As you can see, that wood was extremely wet. It did burn. Anything you split small enough will burn. It's not ideal because you're using all that energy to boil off the water that's in the wood. It'll be way easier to light, way easier to burn, more efficient. You won't have creosote build up on your chimney. Everything will be better. Anyways, you gotta let your wood dry. In this video I didn't, and you saw the results. Steamed marshmallows. That might be a thing.